What's up guys, Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. I'm excited to share with you today a complete hammock setup from a brand called Barebutt. Now, I'll be honest, this is one of the more unique names for an outdoor brand that I have ever seen out on the market, but they have one of also the most unique marketing advertisement plans I have seen in a long time. They are very aggressive, and I encourage you to go check it out because it's unique and it's catching, and it's part of the reason that I wanted to check these guys out. And they're also local here in Utah, so that was one of the intriguing things as well. But more importantly, what I was interested in is the fact that you can get into a complete backpacking hammock setup for under $150, which I think is pretty amazing given the fact that you get a Rainfly, the hammock, straps, and a bug net, which I don't have the bug net with me today, but you can get all of those items for under $150, and it is kind of a great way to get into a beginner type hammock setup for backpacking. So let's go ahead and talk about kind of the overall features and specs of the setup, and then we'll take the camera off the tripod and show you a little bit more. So the first thing to look at is the Rainfly. Now, really you've only got the one option of how to set up this Rainfly. And before I get into the details of this, I have to say that on Barebutt's website, I don't see a lot of information that says, hey, this is a great setup for backpacking, or this was made for backpacking. Their marketing and such was more focused towards like, this will keep the bird poop and rain off of you, which granted, that is exactly what it would do. So no, I'm not going to say that this is going to be the absolute best setup for backpacking, but it's going to work, especially for a 3-season. And if you're going out and you know that there might be a potential chance of rain, but you just want that little bit of extra coverage, then this is going to be kind of a good option for you. So you've got a Rainfly that is made from a pretty decent material, kind of a nylon, what you would expect from any kind of Rainfly. Down here at the bottom of the tarp, which we'll show you this here in a little bit more, but they've used an eyelet instead of a sewn nylon piece of webbing on there, which may or may not be a huge deal breaker. It just depends how well this can handle from a lot of force and a lot of wind, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as well. So from the two ends this way, you are just over 9 feet, I believe it's 9 feet 4 inches. And then from end to end, from tree to tree, you're gonna be 11 feet 10 inches. So plenty long, plenty wide for covering your hammock. Now you'll notice that the hammock is exposed on this side because I wanted for this video to show what that looked like with the hammock hanging, but I think it's pretty decent, and it goes up well. All of the guy ropes or the guy lines are included in the hammock. Up here on the end as well, you've also got eyelets, which are decent and reinforced. Now with the hammock as well, you can purchase, even though the hammock does come with ropes to be able to attach it to a pole, if you're going to be using this outdoors and attaching to trees, you've got to purchase their Kodiak straps. Don't ever attach a hammock to a tree with ropes. That's a big no-no. So you've got these 10-foot long tree straps that have 20 attachment points, and I would compare these directly to the Eno Atlas straps. So you've got a daisy chain style setup where on each loop there are 3 bar tacks that are sewn in, so really strong. They are saying that they will hold up to, I think it was like 500 pounds. Maybe that was for the hammock itself, maybe 1,000 pounds for the straps. But the straps are honestly really nice, and we'll get into a little more detail of them here as well. The hammock itself, let's talk about that. So the hammock, you're gonna be a double hammock, and they are calling it a hammy, which again is one of the like fun, cool things about this brand that is eye-catching, and I think it's making them stand out above a a lot of others, even though in reality the hammock is no different than the Wildhorn Outfitters hammock I have, or the Brotree hammock. Like the material is all the same, the sewing and stitching is all the same, but it's how they're marketing their brand and such that is really making this stand out. And it's comfortable. So you're 10 feet in length and you're 6 feet wide. So kind of a standard type setup for a double hammock. All right guys, so now I want to go ahead and show you the fine details of this setup, and then you can decide for yourself if it is a good fit for if you're looking to get into hammock camping, and whether or not this would be a good buy. But I want to start with the Rainfly down here. Now, like I said, they're using an eyelet, like a rivet, which has some reinforced plastic like tarp material sewn on, and you can see that there is a nylon piece so it's like triple reinforced. I don't know long term how this is going to hold up, but it seems like they've put at least some thought into how that's sewn, how it's put together, so that it can hold up to pretty substantial winds. At least that's the idea. The guy ropes are not the highest quality, but they will do the job, which is just fine. They're also reflective, which I really like. Reflective stuff is good. Again, this isn't the most ideal setup for necessarily like robust hammock camping, but let's talk about the straps here. So these are the Kodiak straps, and what they're calling the red ones are the maple bar. So they've got basically all the same product, but they've got for each different color a different name for it. So the fly is called the flannel fly. The hammock here is called the lumberjack, and then the Kodiak straps they are calling the maple bar. Pretty cool. So on the hammock itself, they do include these nice carabiners, which the only thing that I've noticed about these are on the actual clip itself, on the gate itself I should say, that is a little sharp, and it does catch on the nylon of the strap, and just something to pay attention to as you're putting it together. This was a detail about it that I actually really appreciated seeing, is that you've got a nylon strap around the gathered end of the hammock, so it's going to make it a little stronger, a little easier to set up, and with it sewn like that on the gathered end, it makes it so you don't have to worry about knots or anything coming apart. Now let's look down underneath in the inside of the hammock here under the fly. You do have a taped seam on the fly, which is a great thing to see. And then the hammock itself, it's really well made. So one thing that you'll have to do with this is you're going to have to set up a structural ridge line to be able to get the proper hang underneath, or just in general with the hammock. But guys, to be 100% honest, no, it's not the highest quality, but that's okay. Like, you can get into a nice hammock setup for a low cost, and it's going to work. That's the point in what I'm trying to tell you with this, is you've got a pretty cool hammock setup. Guys, I'm happy with it. It's going to work, and for the cost to be able to get into a sub $200 for all of your stuff that you would need, it's really well done. So there you go. That is the Bare Butt hammock setup, a full kit. The only thing I don't have is the bug nut itself, but I definitely recommend it, and hope you guys enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, guys, and I hope you have an awesome day.